not even on the track. There we go.
Literally teetering off the edge. This is, oh my goodness. All right, I think we are 3 for 3 on no one falling at the very beginning of these races. The curse has been broken. It's been lifted.
I was thinking it was all me.
You manifested it. All right, let's attempt to read out for one final time the amount of teams that are in this one. We're at the 200-meter mark now at C. Actually, no, I'm going to wait until the 100, and I'm going to measure out how long it's going to take for me, once again, to cap off the final event of the night.
And if we get a 60 seconds, I might interrupt you.
All
It's
right.
roughly a 45-ish, 300. We'll see. Taft is slowing it down a little bit as they start to bunch up again.
Taft is starting to take this pretty strategically. And with Taft is what I'm going to be starting off my roll call with at 400. We got Taft, La Jolla, Burroughs Ridgecrest, Mission Vista, St. Margaret's, Westview, St. John Bosco, Crescenta Valley, Patrick Henry, Liberty Winchester, Trabuco Hills, Rio Mesa, Ontario, man, I need a deep breath here, Poway, Quartz Hill, University City, Newbury Park, Centennial, Granada Hills, Ocean View, Lancaster, Yucaipa, I really hope I said that right, La Costa Canyon, Rancho Bernardo 2, Harvard Westlake, South Pasadena, Paramount, Emmanuel, Olympian, and Gar. Officially 34 teams. It took me 250 meters once again to read them out loud. I'm clapping for myself.
Great work.
Thank you.
We still have a huge contingency of athletes inside of this. We have athletes all the way into lane 3 right now. You could throw a blanket over the top 10.
I need one in lane 4. I've been predicting this all weekend.
I think you might get it here on the backstretch. But I thought Taft got out pretty quick. We looked at about a 65, maybe a 66 coming through in that first lap, but it hasn't really strung the field out. And only lane 2-ish.
So it looks like Burroughs Ridgecrest, that's hip number 5, has the current lead, but it keeps changing. St. John Bosco's in there, Mission Vista is in there. And something that I'm starting to notice, which is really fun for the final event of the night, you'll have a better view of it once we reach the backstretch. We've got audience members on the track cheering the athletes on. It's final event of the night. Everyone's going to be staying in lane 1 for the most part, so no one's going to be run over or anything. So it really kind of goes for a cool viewing experience. You can just hear the roar of the crowd. There they are, all the teammates, all the coaches, just locking in for one final long race here at Mt SAC. Really cool to see, honestly.
Yeah, and as this depth of field, depth of talent starts, there is going to be a lot of mass casualties coming through this exchange. Athletes locked in lactic. Just so many more bodies than we've had in the last 3 iterations of the 4x1600.
Yeah, this is going to be pure chaos, especially in the leadership pack, because I think the past couple sections we've seen, it's only been, like, the leader's been strung out a little bit, like they have a little bit of real estate. Right now we got 4, 5, 6 athletes that are probably going to be handing off at the same time. Look, this is the calm before the storm right now. Oh, man, that middle pack is going to be insane.
And it's Taft back in the lead here. Oh, officials trying to get these kids in order.
Oh.
The chaos.
Oh. Oh, my God. Neon Shark just did a pirouette.
This is brilliant.
Would not be surprised if this ends up on no context track and field at some point. That was glorious.
But not one drop baton. No athletes fell.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm really impressed. I was expecting at least one fall. And so far, in all 4x1600 meter, no, 3, I'm losing count. All 3 4x16s we've seen tonight, we have not seen a single fall. And knock on wood, I did not just jinx that for the next 3 legs in this final section.
But based on what we saw all afternoon, I expected a little bit more carnage. Maybe a black eye, maybe a drop baton.
Hey,
Just
my
the
stomach
normal
is still
stuff,
dropped from watching Arkansas drop the baton in the women's 4x4. They picked that thing
That
up
was
so quickly,
heartbreaking.
though. Oh, my God, I felt bad for them. But I think I don't think they got DQ'd for it because it stayed within the lane and they picked it up, like, immediately. But I was like, no! And it was right after the 800 photographer run-over situation, too. It was, like, back-to-back chaotic moments.
It's been an eventful day here at Mt SAC Relays, but not as eventful as who wants to lead this 4x1600. We've had a bunch of lead changes. We still have a ton of athletes in the chase here.
Looks like it is St. John Bosco with the current advantage as we come up on 2 laps to go for this second leg. Taft is running a pretty smart race so far. I know we were joking about going out in like 61, 62, but they employed a fast final lap to kind of get out of the traffic before the handoff, so they were able to hand it off cleanly. They might not be in the lead right now, but they're in position where they don't necessarily have to worry about weaving in and out of like a million different bodies like this middle chase pack will have to do in about 800 meters from now.
Yeah, I think it was good strategy there. They've kind of separated first and second here, St. John and Taft. I think that's University City in third. But it's anyone's race for that third position right now.
Yeah, absolutely. As we start to see a little bit of separation between our top 2 teams. But again, with 3,200 meter, a little over 3,200 meters of racing left, it's anybody's game. So it looks to be Mission Vista that is now taking control of that third spot. But that chase pack right behind them, man, I think we're gearing up for another insane handoff, and maybe we might be seeing a black eye.
You might be right, especially this big chase pack here. The question of the night is, if you run a split that is a PR, is it your official PR?
Yes. I ran my PR in a 4x mile, and I still hold true that that is my personal best.
Wow, those are fighting words.
I know. I was very proud of it in high school, but not many miles to run in college. It's all 15s.
That is true. Taft back to the lead here with 100 meters to run.
Yeah, maybe 1:08 a.m. here on the East Coast, but this race is really keeping me up. This is going to be an epic showdown between these two over the next 3,200 meters as Taft and St. John Bosco are going to hand off at the same exact time. And here comes the chaos as the race for third rages on. We got someone drifting all the way into lane 5. We've got a bit of a collision. We've got a close-up angle. Let's go.
Let's go. Teammates trying to find teammates. Lost in the lactic.
Lost a lot. I'm stealing that one. I want to shout out the kid that was just waving his arms like a madman. Now that's one way to get your teammates' attention when there's a million bodies around you.
It's the facing outside the track that really gets me.
Literally.
Ooh, a little blind handoff here. Stay in the zone.
Ooh.
So here's our
so we got a
leaders.
lap
Here's
runner.
Yep, coming through with the leaders. Now, does he go with... Oh, little bit of chaos. Oh. Well, this will be interesting. Does he stick with the leader's pace? He's pulling away. Taft could use this as kind of a rabbit of sorts.
Well, we almost just saw our first fall of the 4x16 with the lapped team. Second leg just jogging off the track right in front of Taft and St. John Bosco. Luckily, no one went down there, but I mean, like we've said, that's the danger of these lapped runners here, especially on the high school division where some of these kids just have absolutely no idea how to navigate that post-relay leg fatigue. It's something that kind of comes with experience in track, I guess.
A little bit of experience. Some of it is just get lost, kind of become a statue, a deer in headlamp or headlights. Mm-hmm. I'm really interested to see who this athlete is who went out so quick.
If I can see his hip number, I can tell you.
I think it's hip number 31 potentially.
Okay, so if it is, that's Paramount. As Eric Hernandez, the junior, on the baton, if that is the accurate hit number. So shout out to him because he went out like a rocket, which is what you got to do if you want to make up some ground, especially in the 4x16. Wait a second. Is that Mission Vista? It is.
That is.
Remember.
That is Mission Vista coming back. I thought there was a little bit of a lull.
Yeah, you're right. Now Taft is starting to lose contact. So it's Mission Vista and St. John Bosco is going to overtake the top two spots. Yeah, Mission Vista, they handed off into that third exchange at least 30 or 40 meters back. And it looks like they've made up quite a bit of ground.
And that's the biggest thing about these teams. It's trying to find enough depth on your roster, especially if your kids have doubled or tripled and they're coming into this as like their final hurrah of the evening. Some of those kids that you thought might have run a little bit better, their legs are just heavy.
Yeah, it's a bit of a late night, like 10 o'clock. That's late for a lot of these runners, especially if they've been here all day.
We'll see if Taft can come back. Taft has been implementing this almost rocket-like effort over the last 200. We'll see what he has here. But give it up to Paramount athlete who's been running really strong. He got out hard over the first 200 meters.
Yeah, but Paramount, I'm a little worried for his physical well-being coming up on this final exchange because I saw a big chase group right behind him. He is not handing off. He has one lap to go compared to them and might get swallowed. So let's hope he's okay. St. John Bosco is going to hand off first in this anchor leg. Mission Vista second. Taft in third. We've got another team in the mix now. Uh-oh. Someone's walking off, almost gets run over. Oh man, this is our final crazy handoff of the weekend. This is kind of bittersweet.
And so far, nothing major. But Taft back in the lead. They had a good handoff, and he got out quick. I like to see when they get the baton, they have those 4 or 5 really thoughtful steps. Gets them back into the race. It's almost like free radicals. You get that opportunity to get out, make a race of it. But 1,600 meters is a long way to lead.
So taking a look, let's find some benchmark times to set these anchors up. So the time to beat was set by Cajun in Section 1 in 18:11:06. The meet record for the seeded division is 17:45:33. That was set by Loyola back in 2022. Again, I'd have to probably do some math with the splits to see how on pace they are, but I think right now what matters is the race between these three teams. It's complete opposite of what we saw in the section for the girls seeded 4x16, where Wilson Long Beach completely ran away with it from lap 2. But these guys, we got three teams all next to each other, but the 4th and 5th are also still pretty close. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I think we're kind of setting up for this idea of turning and burning late into the night under the lights here. 3 athletes. Usually the mile's a little bit lonely, but I think we're going to see a little bit of a tactical affair and see which one comes ahead.
So this is 800 to go. We have got a number of teams still in this thing.
We got a lot of teams coming back into it. I think there was a little bit of tactics over those first 2 laps with 3 of them kind of bunching up there in the front. And Taft has kind of done this tactic once or twice, where they've kind of gone to the lead, slowed it down, or tried to slow it down. But right now it's all St. John's up front, pushing the pace. But we have almost 6-7 athletes back into this.
Yeah, the tactical affair has really brought the chase pack right back into this thing. And I know we were saying we didn't see too much chaos in the handoffs, but I think we're gearing up for some chaos at the finish line as the chase pack closes in on Taft. But it looks like it's pretty safe to say I know who our top 2 might be, with St. John Bosco and Mission Vista starting to run away with this with 400 meters to go.
I think that's Ontario coming into 3rd place right here. Don't count them out. He's on a mission right now.
Yeah, he doesn't have too much ground to make up. He's got about 10 meters, which is still very doable in the mile. St. John Bosco looking to put a little bit of separation between themselves and Mission Vista. And now everyone's getting into this thing. You see all the athletes, all the coaches just screaming these teams along. I see that girl sprinting across the turf. I've done that one too many times to cheer on teammates.
It's all survival now, and who's got something left?
And while the girls 4x1600 was a runaway race from Section 2, this one is a duel to the end, but it is Mission Vista with more in the tank. They are going to be your boys 4x1600 meter relay champions. 18:04.29. And you could just hear the roar of the crowd.
What the Mt SAC relays are all about.